Need to let everything go. What's up, guys? Are we live? Stream's good, and YouTube is once again saying it's not good. Stupid. What the hell? So I downgraded the resolution a bit, hoping that it would work, and YouTube's all like, yeah. What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Night. Evening here, anyway. Get an error, so I guess we're just gonna roll with it. Y'all post in the comments if we have any issues or anything. Hope everybody's doing well. Yes, we are off schedule. I am I am a little bit off schedule because I was gonna do this every other week, and I had my computer set up to do a bunch of freaking quotes that I was working on today. So I was like, well, I got the computer set up, and hey, it's Wednesday. So, and I didn't really have a lot going on this afternoon, thank goodness, because yesterday was heck. So I was just like, hey, I'm just going to do a quick live and have a little chat with y'all. I did do a few little things that I was just going to talk about. And after my Saturday morning live last week, I realized that I never really got to the part about we ran out of time, and I was gonna talk just a bit about my workbench over there, how I was gonna add onto it and modify it a little bit. So hopefully here shortly we'll be able to switch over there and take a look at it. So I'm gonna jump on the live chat now. Oh wait, I need to there we go. All right, let's get rid of that. We're good, even though YouTube says we're not good. It's not an error, YouTube. It's working fine. Stupid YouTube. Anyway, so yes, y'all did see the Wednesday live. You will know my fiasco with the, that's the color it's supposed to be, y'all. Totally. So I gotta redeem myself by mixing up some Mississippi cold drip, cold brew coffee, concentrate made. And you might notice this is a smaller container. He actually, the owner showed up Monday to get extra keys made. Oh yes, that's what it's supposed to look like. To get some more keys made and talk to me for a bit. And he thanked me for a post that I made, but it's been a while since I've made it like a Facebook post, which actually Facebook is one of the things I'm going to talk about. So, and he brought me 2 more of these little ones. He said he didn't have any of the bigger ones with him. When I do have to actually purchase these with our own money, when they're not given to me by the owner, I totally bypass these small containers because they don't last long enough for me, because I'm a heavy coffee drinker. And then Kim gets involved and she's all like, oh yeah, I'll take it again. I'll take some. Okay, I'm gonna go jump on the chat here and see what's up. Hey Pete, I saw you first in. Billy Bob, what's going on? Wes, afternoon. Lockpicking patrolman, what's up? Downtime, what's up? What's up? Kevin, happy hump day! Hump day! And Glenn, good evening. Fred, good evening. Peter, what's up? All right. Who's not dead? Somebody dead? Thanks for that. Oh, I'm not dead yet. Yes, I lived from Saturday. That's right. I actually did it what do you call it? A community post Saturday to loosely. It was like 6 o'clock. Yeah, don't ever drink anything that's not off-white. I was okay, but I just really didn't feel good. Actually, Wes came by and giggled at me about it for a while. And yeah, I just had a funny taste in my mouth, so it's just a bad idea to do that. But the guy Ray who owns, and also I have this. I've got a new filter on my mic, so when I stop talking, that way you don't hear the AC units. So there might be a little bit of lag. I've been doing some more research in my whole effort to do a professional type broadcast, and that's just one more little thing that I just learned. So hopefully there is not a lot of audio lag and it's cutting on and off like it's supposed to. Much better, much better. So yeah, that's that. I've learned a valuable lesson. It was one I already kind of knew, but you know, I didn't have what I needed at the time to make it right. Hey, Secure Tech, what's up? Evening, Peter. How's it going? Trying to catch y'all as you're coming in. And so let's see. Yeah, for those of you who just showed up, we're gonna switch over there. We're gonna do probably this may be 20, 30 minutes. I'm gonna try to keep it around 30ish or so because Kim just sent me a picture, and actually this was for the last. I'll show it both times. Yeah, well, it kind of actually goes along with this too. She got me a key lime pie from the place called a Hungry Goat, and they serve like pre-made meals where you just have to stick it in the freezer. And she went by there, or in the oven to cook, and she went by there and they had just made key lime pie. So any of y'all who've ever tried it, do y'all like key lime pie? It's one of my favorites. And they made some lemon squares. She picked up some lemon squares last time. Moral of the story is, yes, this will not be a very long live because I have a pie waiting on me, and actually barbecue chicken too. So that looks pretty tasty. If it's anything like their key or lemon squares, which I love too, anything tart like that, and I don't even like crust. I mean, they could totally slap that in a pan without crust because I don't really like I don't like crust, but I don't really like graham cracker crust either. So they could just pour it in a pan and I'd be just as happy. And that ties in with this because we were talking to Ray when he came in about bad sweetened condensed milk, and he said squeeze lime in it. And I was like, well, he's very short, like he talks, in clips. And I was like, does that make it good? And he goes, no, take good. You can't make it good, but take good sweetened condensed milk and squeeze lime in it, and you have the poor man's version of a key lime pie. Now, I have not tested that. However, he makes an awesome coffee, so I'm going to trust his word on that because he fiddles around in his little secret lair with all sorts of things like that. And I was like, lime and sweetened condensed milk, and I've eaten worse, high school and college. But that actually sounds like it would make sense. So if I didn't have a key lime pie, I would be trying that. But I now have a key lime pie. Yes. Key lime pie. Wes, you've never heard of key lime pie? What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? Oh, I'm glad y'all don't hear audio lag. That's good. Hey, Bill Bacardi, what's going on? Happy Wednesday evening. Hope everything's doing well for you up there. It's hot as hell down here. It is hell down here. And I've been working on the Hungry Goat. Yeah, Hungry Goat's over there by the across from Sonic on my side of town over there. So yeah, it's y'all probably have one over there too. A lot of places have that like little pickup things, but yeah, it's up there close to me. So yes, I've been working in a building, and I actually showed a picture of it when I just started working in a building that's being built and putting in access control, and I had 5 doors drilled. Drywall's going in Monday, and I had 5 doors drilled for access control, and I started reviewing the dang plans that the hardware schedule that the door people sent me, who's up in North Mississippi. And I found out one of the doors it was a push pull that was supposed to be storeroom function. They didn't even understand why it was a break room. They're like, why are you access controlling a break room? Trust me, they need accountability for the break room. They can see who's going in and how long they're spending time in there. So yes, and then another door this morning. When I looked at the schedule, I was like, we really need to do this other door. Luckily, I was putting in two panels, one 4-panel Ross layer is what I use, mainly for hardwired access control. And I talked my branch because we had that one spare. I'm putting in there's a 4-door panel and then a 2-door panel. It's a little bit cheaper than you daisy chain the panels together. But I was like, listen, we have one more, and you've got this door here that they're going to be needing to come in and out all the time that nobody ever talked about. Long story short is I talked myself into another door, which means I have to run back over there tomorrow because the drywall is going up. So I got to go ahead and drill the header and run the pre-wire for all that. But hopefully I got the door part straightened out. But long story short, it's hot as hell, and it's hot as hell in the building. My last words to him was, when you get the AC cut on, they don't have the units out there yet. Key lime pie. Tom busted out with a lol. Key lime pie. It is the only pie for locksmiths, right? I mean, that just fits. That never really has crossed my mind, but yes, it's the perfect pie for locksmiths. Glenn, where'd Glenn slip in? I don't see Glenn anywhere. Oh, hey, Glenn. Wait, I thought you were already in here. Anyway, oh yeah, Glenn was in here. Just one thing that I want to talk about actually in this broadcast, as I've talked about before, I don't really do a full real deal episode with all sorts of crap to talk about, but because it really screws up my Saturday morning, which is why we're going to spend a little time over here at the workbench here in just a second. Ran across this on my Facebook personal page, and let me point out, I point this out in every time I bring it up. I don't use Facebook in the locksmith sense. I have a business page. We only have that for customers, and Facebook, like, if somebody sends me a message, like if one of you guys send me a message to my Facebook page, if I don't reply to it immediately, they do a timer penalty, and like whenever it says this page replies within, like it changes the timing. So feel free to like our page, SE Lock and Key, but I don't use it. I prefer not to use it for communication. It even irritates me when my personal friends like send me a message through my Facebook page when they're friends with me on my regular. And it's like, come on now, I've got, but emails is the best way. I read all my emails. Ever since YouTube took away the thing, I've just switched mainly to email. I may not reply to them. I reply to as many as I can. But, we've got, 75 to 100 emails, half of them spam, but the other half are just things that I'm working on. So I may not reply to all of them, but I definitely read all emails that I get from you guys. Which brings me to this. This popped up in my Facebook feed the other day, and I was like, oh my God, you're paying Facebook to sponsor it. Okay, so I've been to Denver once. I've been through Denver twice. I flew into Denver once. And I've been to Colorado Springs and all that. Me seeing this on my feed, does Denver Locksmith absolutely no good. And the thing about that is if you have a Facebook page and you get this, Facebook is going to be like, you posted something. Oh my God, do you want to sponsor that? So that's what happened. Is more than likely this guy posted this this month on all car keys, on sale, buy one, get one free or whatever. And nice shop. I don't know what kind of key machine is that? Can y'all tell? And also, I don't know anything about this company. This just popped up in my head. The whole point of me talking about it is basically they waste their money because they're going by Facebook's deal where it says, do you want to sponsor this post for $7 or whatever the case is? If you're going to use your Facebook page and you're going to sponsor a post as a locksmith company, You need to do it don't try to do it when they tell you to. Like, you literally have to plan out your thing. Um, because the targeted advertising that they do, if you're not detailed and you're not like limiting it to your area, it doesn't do any good. It does not do this guy any good for me to be seeing this in Jackson, Mississippi, and me being a locksmith. So, some of you are like, well, targeted ads come up because of your views. Well, that was my point. I don't use Facebook at all for looking at stuff or going to locksmith forums or anything like that. I literally only use it for just posting goofy pictures. I've got quite a few, a couple of customers that are friends that have been longtime customers. But it's mostly literally only people I know. I don't friend anybody unless I've talked to them face to face, or I've known them, or I know them. And like even old high school friends, they'll send me friend requests. I'm like, dude, I wasn't even friends with you in high school. Why the hell do I want to be friends with you, 25 years later? So I don't use Facebook in any of that capacity. But the moral of the story here is, I don't know. Did somebody say what kind of key machine that was? Anybody know? Reply with a photo of a real workbench. Yeah. Oh my God, Ryan brought up something about the Rust layer. Oh, installing the software is such a pain in the butt. If it wasn't for Dusk at Rust layer, I would have given up on that a long time ago. But you let Dusk connect to your thing, and oh my gosh, hey Kim, what's up? Hey Paul, what's going on? Kim's up in the house. He's up in the house with pie. It's actually cold here. Bill, gone now. You and your cold weather up there. Hey, up there with Securitech too. Must be nice. Hey Darcy, what's up? Hey Mr. Harass, what's going on? So yes, just be careful. Don't follow Facebook's lead if you're trying to promote your locksmith business, because it's just wasted advertising. Kim, were you here when I showed the picture of your pie? Real quick before we shoot over to the workbench, I'll point out our newest addition to the shop. This is Kim's deal. Kim's been like going all green thumb in the shop. So I was going to quickly show her newest little fella that lives outside, and I have to drag it in every night, and she has to drag it out there every morning. And that joins a few other potted plants up here. This thing has gotten crazy. Him and I are both agreed that this may overtake the shop. It's an elephant ear plant, and it has doubled in size since we got it. So it really loves the shop. Along with some succulents. I don't know if y'all like plants or not, or grow plants, but they make pretty good pets if you can keep them alive. There's a view of the front window. We change that front window all the time. Yes, that is a safe head. That's to hold the door open, by the way. But we change that front window often, and for like events and stuff, we'll change it up. But we're not now. We're about to get a new roof on the roof. We're about to get a new roof on the shop. Whole new roof. They're going to be tearing out the old and putting in new. But prior to that, we had a leak, so we jokingly said we need to make a big garden up front. That way, when it rains, it's just water in the plants. And Kim is trying her best to do that. However, we have not had that problem that bad lately, and we're getting a new roof soon. So, and we can't forget about our Christmas cactus that is absolutely pretty much ugly all year except for December, when it blooms a beautiful little pink flower. So there we go. Now we are I'm gonna look at the comments real quick, because I'm gonna have to shift over here. I know, I'm hungry for pie too. Got up to 77 up in northeast area. Need a handful of casters, some 1x1s, and some drywall screws. Go back over the comments here. I see 20 plants in the living room. We got a bunch of plants at the house too in the backyard. We definitely have a nice big thing. And Kim's actually just ordered some seeds from California. Not those kind of seeds. To plant some kind of succulents or weirdo thingies. I told her I want a Venus flytrap too, but And she's going off on this weird screen and sediment and sand and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, yes, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Ras. 55 and rainy up there. That is crazy. Crazy. I'm so jealous. It is like 8,000 degrees. Literally 8,000 degrees. I mean, I'm not lying. It's 8,000 degrees. And humid. And raining every afternoon. And that just makes it worse because it's like 8,000 degrees. And then it gets down to like 70 degrees and it rains for a little bit. And then it goes up to like 8,005 degrees. And that's Mississippi in a nutshell during the summertime rains. Just like a sauna. Always describe it as you step outside from air conditioning. It's like somebody had boiled a wool blanket, taken it out of the boiling water, and slaps it over your head right when you walk outside. It's wonderful. So, okay, let's get moved over here, and I want to talk about real quick just what I'm going to do over here on the workbench, just because, add to the broadcast. Major hit me. Oh, bye, Kim. Barbecue chicken. Hey, bye, Kim. Kim and I are working on a video whenever we get the time to it, which hopefully you guys will like. It's going to be one of those ridiculously short, insanely difficult to edit videos. Official music parody. Not part, but yeah, part, whatever. So, yeah, let's get shifted. We can get all wired up on, gonna get up all wired up on that real quick. Okay, I'll be right back, y'all. Did that work? I think that worked, y'all. Hey, that worked. You're over here at the workbench. Let me cut that off. And let me get the comments up really quickly so I can see what the heck y'all are saying. If y'all have any ideas on this, feel free to leave it in the comment section so I will get another idea. You know how when you sit in front of an area for so long, like literally I built the area. And I'm gonna do one thing really quickly. Missed out on. I've been on, so I did not have try to keep an extra camera up during that. Just so I don't have to actually physically move stuff, but it is what it is. I did what I could do. Okay, this is not gonna work for me. So, hey Shane, what's going on? Good to see you tonight. Brian, hey, what's up? Brian, Access Locks, you bopped in here. I didn't see you bop in here. Brian says 81 in Tennessee, expecting rain by midnight. 96 in Houston. Ew. Ew. Beware the traffic. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna scroll back. Who added porn music to the transition? I can't, whatever. I'm not good with my music choices. Kim's like, I keep trying to tell Kim to, you know, help me pick out music, and she never does. So this is why I check it. Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. That's one of the. No, you're fine. By the way, I meant to mention y'all up in the chat Saturday when I wasn't paying attention. Man, y'all are a trip. Y'all are a cold, hard trip up in chat. I missed some of those comments during the live, but I went back over them and I was just laughing. Um, so let's just move this over here. I'm not going to focus on comments real quick. I will point out this. Somebody, it's a Brinks padlock. So, yeah. Somebody dropped it off in the, brought it in to get a key made for it. And I was like, listen, man, it's like a $3 padlock that you can buy at Walmart. He's like, but I have 4 of them. They're all the same key. I'm like, okay, so it's $12 worth of padlocks. And he's like, I guess they frustrated, but we have things that we set outside to parking signs, and they're basically buckets. Guess what I found down in the bucket? The padlock. So actually, I've got a package going out to Chef. I don't know if you're here, Chef, but I've got your box finally ready to go. So I'm going to throw that in there because it's just a $3 padlock, total waste of money. And so yes, if y'all have any ideas on this, so what I've been doing when I got this whole workbench set up, I just kind of like stuck, I was so glad to be done actually building the whole bench itself that I was just like threw up peg hooks, and as I started doing things like while I'm charging this, I have this kind of set like right there. And of course the light, which I turn on, is going to really, is that going to throw off the, really puts a big glare on there, which is why I have this, because usually when I'm filming from over my shoulder over here. And I threw up, a few things that people have sent me from overseas. I've got a bunch more boxed up, but I just put them up here. So basically, this is just kind of, now it's irritating me. A fidget spinner, y'all. Can't forget about my fidget spinner. And I've moved some of the padlocks that I had to make it look good or whatever. And there's no real reason for me to have the boomerang up here. So one thing that I definitely need, my oldest in cahoots with Kim got me the GoPro battery charger for my GoPro Black. And that just adds to my problem. So I was going to put a shelf somewhere like right in here, kind of right above this area, so that all my electronic gizmos that, these GoPros and stuff come with short cords. So I was going to put like a shelf right here so that I could put my phone when it's charging and kind of clean up the cords a little bit. And literally I'm going to have to pull all this down to do this correctly. It's just to reimagine it, It's like I said at the beginning of this, it's just like you get stuck in a rut. And it's just like, it works for what you need it for, and it's good to go. So I never have spent enough time. Night Owl, on some of his videos, he actually did, on some of his lives a few weeks ago, he actually has a really nice setup with all his tools like they're supposed to be. So, yeah, that's one of the things I'm working on. And I got to cut a little piece of this. I was going to throw in a little section of 1/2 inch. This is just 1/2 inch round brass tube, which makes a perfect plug follower. I've actually gotten 1/2 inch steel ones, and there's a long one that I cut out of that same thing. Wait, that's the 550. But yeah, you can see that's much longer than your average plug follower. So if you need a plug follower, if you can find 1/2 inch brass tubing, hollow brass tubing, and they make this little reamer deal. So once you cut it, it's going to be all jaggedy and crap on the end. So you can come in with a hacksaw and cut your little notches like that for mortise cylinders and stuff. But I always take this reamer deal and sit and spend a while, just reaming it out. But ideally, hopefully, once I get that shelf up, and I was actually going to do that on that end as well, like matching shelves. That way I can relocate a couple of these things and just make myself a little bit more room, because as it is, my stuff gets all here, and somebody brings in a bunch of stuff to rekey, and I just have to shove all this out of the way. And I've got all these cords hanging over here, so kind of frustrating. But if y'all have any ideas, hit me with the comments. Probably, these, like this pegboard stuff right here, it's not ideal, but, it is what it is for what's available. Probably will leave the machete. You never know when a machete will come in handy. No space for plants on the workbench. Well, if I add a shelf, we could put a little plant up there. And the tablet, this is actually working out really well. So if I had a shelf, I'd probably put this somewhere up here, maybe facing down, so I could see it during broadcasting. Ideally, I would like to, because I have to, my computer spot, like I've talked about, I want to build like a computer station where I can actually set it to. That's not going to be in this phase of the workbench's life, but it will be in a phase someday or another. Yeah, Brian, I barely have space on my workbench for anything. I'm with you. The can holder for pegboard is actually sitting, it's sitting, it's actually magnet, Harbor Freight deal. And it's just sitting on peg hooks, so that works for me. I could tape, like attach magnets to the pegboard, maybe, and attach it to that. Or use it for tools, maybe get a strip. I actually have 3 or 4 strips and do that, but I don't really like how magnets pick up things sometimes. I'd almost rather, it's handy sometimes, but for the most part, like when you roll this and you have these springs, you touch it and it picks up a steel spring. Same way with tweezers. It really drives me crazy on magnet things. Boomerangs are cool. I never got really good with that boomerang. We used to, back before this area was so populated, we used to go outside and practice it, and we hit a few buildings with it, so we gave up. The vise on one side, my vise is over here behind me. So luckily it's permanent over there. So luckily I don't need a vise. That would take up a lot of room over here, or it takes up too much room. Pinning kit, and another thing is I've got this quickset pinning kit under here, but like if I want to use it, I have to lift everything off of it to use it. What do you call a boomerang? It doesn't come back. Yeah, Rasser saying newbie. You don't have to be a newbie to have a spiffy clean bench. You could also be Tyler Thomas. Hey Sam Webb, what's up? You have to. Yeah, when you're talking about your mobile workbench, you can't leave stuff out like this. Well, you could for a minute, right? you could do it for a minute. First watch padlock and best of stuff. I've started giving all my best stuff to Wes here in the feed. And he has been irritating the crap out of me by sending pictures of it like, oh, I got it. Oh, I got it. Oh, you suck. I'm rule. Yeah. No, he doesn't do that. But he does know how to pick shit to control. So he gets all my best stuff. He actually saved, if you watched the episode of Locks We've Lost this week, we had a Insta-key, screw Insta-key, that I could not, I ended up having to switch it out. I sent it off with him Saturday evening, and I was like, here, along with a couple of deadbolts, and he sent me a picture back soon thereafter. I got him open. You suck, I roll. A black pipe and mount it around. And you can use magic arms and grab cramp. Get some of that black pipe and mount it around. What black pipe are you talking about, Lockpicking Patrolman? I have a few mounts up there, a stretchy one that would hang off, and ideally I wanted to take this microphone microphone that's got an extremely short cord and attach it to its boom up here. So it was hanging down. But that will be during the computer phase of all this. So boomerang kite flights. Kite flights. Rest, I did not, but I did play lawn darts. I love me a game of lawn darts. Black iron pipe. Oh, well, yeah. Oh, the yeah, I see what you're saying. Nah, I don't think I'm really into that. Cup hooks. I've got a lot of cup hooks. Yeah, I could line. I could do stuff with cup hooks up here as well on the sides if I really wanted to. Yeah, can y'all read that? I've never removed this. This is one of my old apprentices, employees, who ended up kind of just being a friend for a while, but he, I've never erased that he's a Richard's a numbnut. Sorry if your name is Richard. Hey, Loganson YouTube, what's up? You did make it in time. We were over here at the workbench just talking about what I'm going to be changing and getting some ideas from you guys. And I've got a lot of stuff that I boxed up, like this stuff right here that you guys have sent me, profile cylinders and stuff. And I still want to have, originally when we were doing last year, 2018, when we did the build, we did a bunch of videos on the build of this whole thing. I originally talked about wanting to set up like an international type display, and that was ideally going to be probably all hanging up here. So with a shelf right there and stuff on it, I probably won't put anything up there unless it's, you know, way up top. But I don't know. That's just one of those things, you know. It's a never freaking ending process. Never ending, just like cleaning it and sorting keys and stuff. So yeah, that's it. Leave it in the comments if you have any other ideas. Oh, hey, lock picking gal, what's up? I saw somebody comment that you were here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen it. LPP and LPG. Steel springs, Brian. Going back to that steel springs and magnets. Yes, tweezers. I actually love titanium tweezers just for that. And that's why I don't have magnets up here. The only magnets I keep in the shop are literally for checking to make sure that keys are not metal. So I don't really have a go back transition. So if y'all want to just like ride around with me for just a second, we're going to go back to actually there's a couple more people here. So here, I'll do a quick that. So right back. I'm going to broadcast station. And we're back, I think. So sorry about the extra dose of horn music, Darcy. Or whoever it was that said that. I'll change it. Yeah, that belt buckle's pretty cool. I don't know what I did with that. Actually, it's probably packed up with my other stuff. I've had that thing forever. I don't even remember where I got it. But It's very, very detailed. American Eagle Outfitters actually is where it's from, believe it or not. I don't know if it's the same American Eagle that sells clothes to, you know, hip young kids, but sure, I got it. Is American Eagle still in? Yeah, I guess they are. A couple other quick things that we're going to talk about that I have sitting on my bench. VATS keys. Um, I've done GM 6-cut videos before. The one thing to watch out for, these are Stratec brand, and I always only carried Stratec brand, not the copies. Original Stratec keys actually do not work well with aftermarket ignitions, and nowadays nobody puts in an original GM VATS ignition, and sometimes you have problems with the keys going in. The chip itself is just a little bit too fat, and I can see where he tried shoving this one in. I can actually see little bitty marks on the chip. So I cut a whole nother one, and I guess it was just enough. And I started, like, lubricated the ignition up. I didn't put the ignition in, the mechanic did. And you just, sometimes there's that problem. And it happens more and more when you have more and more aftermarket ignitions. I really suck at doing this, y'all. Doing the whole feeler thing. Either that or this one's just being particularly obstinate. Every so often I can get these, but there's a key in here the customer wants me to retrieve, and this is how it came to me. So somebody was able to get it off the door, right? And I tried for about 10 minutes earlier. It's about all I had time to mess around with today, and I just cannot feel these stupid gates in here. And yeah, I just suck at it. It's probably like 000. Wes, this one's yours whenever you come back next time. I'll let you fiddle around with that. Or I'll just bust it open. Bust it open. Another thing. Ready? Wait. It's a shame when that happens. I actually did a very quick video about master padlocks doing that, and this is QNK. I don't know if anybody's memorized the date codes. It's about, I know it's over a year old. I don't know offhand what QNK is, but you don't see this very often. It is completely worn down here to the point where it pops out. But actually it still works. I've got the key. Something jumped out there. Likely the ball bearing came out. But it actually would still work. However, when a customer's using it and it comes out on them, they freak out, think it's bad, and don't want to deal with the problem. So yes, I'm afraid. And within a year ago, that was before Master. I mean, that Master already had American, but that was really before Master fully took control of American. So just, I don't know. He's an apprentice to do all the cleaning. Yeah, no, I don't need an apprentice. I've had apprentices do cleaning, and no, it doesn't work right, because my way is not the same as the other way unless you literally mold somebody. But if the apprentices that I've had over the years, when I had them, was made them do stuff like build shelves and obviously, mess around with the key wall and all that. But as far as organizing or cleaning or setting up work areas, actually I had an apprentice set up an area back there too, totally different guy, that I don't use. And I kind of watched them as they were doing it. I let them do it how they wanted it, how they thought that I wanted it done. And it was okay, but it wasn't to my, I didn't really like it, so. You want to do stuff for community fundraising. Access is asking about stuff for community fundraising, looking for ideas. Darcy, American Eagle still going? Okay. The ones around here, I think, all closed down. Hey, Glenn, see you Saturday if you have not gone. Go let the little old lady into her house. Good luck. LPP found out JMA blanks for Hyundais don't work well. I know some of you guys use JMA, but I can't stand any JMA product. I reject them when they come in accidentally. I always specify. Yeah, I was asking about the fundraising too. I hadn't followed the comments all the way down yet, but the feeler thing, actually, I just ground down a pick really thin. So, I never get it. Old school GM 6 cut. Well, I mean, you gotta put tension on the sidebar to pick those. So, probably a ball. Yeah, I think that was the ball bearing came out of there. Sam was wanting to know the best place to get cheap picks. I've broken some of my faves and running out. So yeah, cheap. That's what happens is they break quicker. Sparrows, I like. Sparrows is a good price point, even though it's not Canadian dollars anymore because of their whole U.S. shift. If you're gonna buy any for Locksport, there's tons of opinions on that. You know, Peterson, Sparrows. I personally have a set of Sparrows, and I've used several Sparrows. My main ones are HPC, which a lot of people don't like. They come in rough. You know, they're kind of primarily designed for locksmiths. They've always been around for locksmiths before Locksport was really a thing. It's the snake rake. Damn, dude, this is snake rake. It's not a triple rake. The snake rake. So that's what I buy. And I bought that one Sparrows kit. I had one of my subscribers, Daryl, sent it to me in one of his packages from the UK. I think he's in the UK. He sent me a Sparrows kit. But as far as the use, you know, I guess I'm just so used to my triple rake and just the hook. So, what's up, James Randolph? You made it just in time for the end. We're at 43, and I just realized we are at 6:43. That's crazy. So we are about to be actually ending this broadcast. Yeah, I was actually doing did I do that? Yeah, my poker video. If you saw my poker video, I talked about, that's why we always break picks. It's like pick the lock, and it's like, hey, I got a poker right here in my hand. And then snap, there goes the tip of your triple rake. Hey, Dark Arts Lock Picking, what's up? Ooh, that was a little loud. Sorry about that. A little loud. Hey, Dark Arts Lock Picking. Damn, dude makes a compact. No, I'm never gonna I'll still get people saying damn, dude. It's gonna be somebody said I need to make a shirt. Damn, dude. Yes, I'm gonna go head out and get me some chicken, some barbecue chicken, and some key lime pie just to pop it up here one more time for you guys who were not here earlier. This is what's waiting on me, key lime pie. Yum, yum. I'm gonna make everybody hate me for showing multiple pictures of my pie. Kim is barbecue and chicken, and she went and picked up this pie from one of those places that makes things like pies for you. So if you can think of anything that you'd like me to cover in Saturday Morning Live, this one coming up, which will be what are we on, 18? Yes, 18? Yes, 18. If you can think of any questions or topics or things that you want me to go over in Saturday Morning Live 18, which will be Saturday morning, 11 to 12 Central Standard Time. Post in this comment, send me an email, selockandkey@gmail. Don't send me a message on Facebook because I'm not going to reply to it. And yes, we'll try to schedule it in. I'd love to have anybody who has like an idea for, you know, stuff that we can go over just to kind of add to the broadcast. Because this week I don't have any locks that we've lost this week. I say that now, but Thursday and Friday is still coming up, so we may have them by then. I've only got one thing aside from this. This actually came in Saturday shortly after the live broadcast, so not a whole lot of planned stuff for this week. So if you can think of anything or you have any ideas, you don't want it to be like, you know, shown in public or whatever, just send me an email. And I'll think about it, I'll ponder it, I will try to figure out how to implement it in our live broadcast. I actually wanted to go over people's videos as well, but with Wednesday nights, YouTube and all the weird traffic that we have, internet traffic that we have, I was kind of worried about it bogging down pretty hard. So, which is good. It's 6:46 now. That is way like 15 minutes over what I planned for this to be, as always, because I just sit and talk and talk and talk. But as always, I appreciate all y'all who have joined in. I'm going to go back over the comments one last time just to say bye to everybody. And hopefully we will see you Saturday if you get a chance. Ooh, James had barbecue ribs. Kim just learned how to do barbecue ribs really well on the grill. She's getting a lot better with it. Sparrow's dimple kit. I don't see enough dimple locks to have a kit for it. So bring up the Schlage locks from like Home Depot and Little Purple Skull. I've actually done several Schlage videos. If you type my name, SE Lock and Key, and then Schlage, like I have a ton. I've actually talked about the difference between J series and the regular Schlage, but I have not really compared like F series or the B series B60 series to like B560, because I personally don't sell a lot of them either. I just don't, and I don't even know if I have any. But that's a good idea. We can always do another Schlage video, all right? So Pete, Purple Skull, Lockpicking Patrolman, Bill Bacardi, thanks for staying. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining in. Tear down that stupid InstaKey. Now that InstaKey is going right back to corporate office, so they can deal with it. Yeah, if you can think of one, it's just a, hey, maybe I haven't thought about something that y'all want to see. If it's within my ability to do, I'll definitely talk about Frank. Frank will probably have to make a comeback one day. Yeah, he sent me a message last time, and he said he wasn't going to show up for a little while, but you never know when Frank's going to show up. But do I have any picks that are okay? Yeah, that's a good idea, Torch. Because I do. I've got a titanium one out of a titanium rod. Be careful grinding titanium. So, just a shout out to everybody who joined in. Pete, Lockpickings Gal, Lockpick Patrolman Wes, as always, Darcy, Bill Bacardi, Rasser Harass, Kevin, Peter, Brian, Access Locks, Sam Webb, all you guys who I may have missed. I'm pretty sure I said hey to everybody. If I didn't, don't take it personally. I just missed the comment. But I can assure you, if I would have seen you pop in, I would have said hey, which is encouraging people to say hi. I know there may be some people here in the broadcast who don't ever say hi, so say hi. If you don't ever say hi, just say hi. We want to say hi to you. Other specialized tools. Okay, cool idea, Torch. Thanks again, y'all. It's time for me to get out of here because I have to pack all this up. Happy Wednesday night. I hope y'all have a great rest of the week and make lots of money in whatever you do. And if you are able to, 11 to 12 Central Standard Time, Saturday is when I'll be on live next. I've got a few videos that I've been working on. I don't know what I'm going to put out as far as just a real deal video. Kind of sucking on that end. So, anyway, y'all have a great night. Have a great evening. And we'll catch you Saturday. It's buffering. Oh, it buffers right at the end. Figures. Y'all subscribe, y'all. Subscribe. I know most of you guys are, but just in case you're not, go subscribe.